A lot of people online talking about eclipse conspiracy. I actually have a neighbor who I think she's a low-key MAGA. Definitely. It's funny how you could tell. They, certain things they say, because if you pay attention like I do, left-wing, right-wing media, I know the rhetoric that, someone on the right is listening to. So when they say stuff, I know I'm not listening to them, right? That's how it works. They watch the stuff, from whatever, thought leader they trust, and then they go and they repeat the rhetoric that's provided to them, mostly by millionaires and elites, right? And they think that they're real critical thinkers and they did their research and they're not sheep like everybody else. Meanwhile, sheep is exactly what they are because they just choose a different sheep herder. But anyway, let's talk about the conspiracy. I think I have the best conspiracy for the eclipse. It was a scam! You've been scammed! I was scammed. You guys are probably scammed. So let me tell you what the conspiracy was. I'm sorry to disappoint you. It's not on some, the globalists were trying to do something and Joe Biden needed a distraction from Gaza or something like that. It's nothing that juicy, but it was a scam. It was a scam. So we got all this hype. Eclipse is coming, it's gonna be great, this is amazing, and the moon gonna block it and this and that, and the eclipse, the eclipse, it's gonna be fun, right? Everybody excited. Yeah, the eclipse is Monday, man. Yeah, man, I'm gonna watch the eclipse, right? Now they did mention something about totality, something. Okay, so apparently people in a certain zone are gonna have like a better experience than other people. Okay, I ain't mad at you. Have your better experience, but I'm gonna watch my eclipse, right? I don't need no goddamn totality, I thought. So because I'm so goddamn busy, too busy for an eclipse, so I'm working on the house, I'm working on a renovation project I got going. Deadline is coming up, and I look outside, it's looking a little bit dim. So first of all, I was so busy I didn't even know the exact time, the peak time and all that kind of stuff. I just knew something like in the afternoon, I think they said. So just generally not knowing that it's going to be in the afternoon, and I see it's getting dark and the sun is out, so it's not dark because of clouds, it's dark because obviously that's got to be the eclipse. So I'm like, it's starting, the eclipse is coming, so I was like, all right, man, you working all the time, overwhelmed, right? You need a break. Let's go look at this goddamn eclipse, right? And I got my flat roof. I'm gonna have the best view. Mind you, I got bigger things to worry about than an eclipse, so I ain't even got no goggles, right? So I'm about to go get blind and look at this thing with my bare eyes. Not exactly. Not exactly. I'm on the trying to taking the cell phone and like swinging it across so it only hits the sun for like a second or two, wondering if even that's too much. And then got my sunglasses with the polar lenses. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna kind of look at it, but not really, just for a second or two. Just see a little something, it doesn't look too dramatic though, but I do see something's happening, right? And then after a while, I'm waiting for it to get darker, and it's not getting darker. So I'm like, what's going on? How long is this thing gonna take? It's supposed to be a quick thing, right? How is this a quick thing? So I looked up the time on it, and the peak time happened to literally be the exact time that I went outside. So I coincidentally decided to go outside at the exact moment that it was at its peak, but I didn't know that. Right? So I was sitting there waiting for the eclipse to begin, Meanwhile, the eclipse was ending. That was the eclipse. The goddamn eclipse was an overcast day. Now, I'm not saying it was an overcast day. I'm saying that was the eclipse, right? So in other words, we didn't have no goddamn eclipse. You know who had an eclipse? It was all the what you call it? The people in totality. So that's the scam. The scam is either you in the totality or you you ain't got, it's no eclipse, right? That little dim for 20 minutes. That look, it's like that right now. Look, I got another eclipse. Look, the second day we got 2 days of eclipses, man. That's not even an exaggeration. I think it was about as dark as this yesterday. It's just that you didn't have all these clouds, and you could see like the sun over in the corner or whatever. So, yeah, man, it's like a totality only. If you're not in totality, no eclipse for you. Now, if I had goggles, I don't know what it would have looked like if I was like staring at the sun the whole time. And listen, man, you only got one set of eyes, right? So the idea of me sitting watching the sun for an extended period of time, even with the goggles, like I'm supposed to just trust that these goggles are gonna, do what they're supposed to do. And you know what I mean? Like, who did you buy it from? Is it certified? Like, is it certified by the Eclipse Society? You know what I'm saying? So I don't, even if I had the goggles, I wasn't gonna be sitting there the whole time just looking at the sun. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. So yeah, man, they should have just been honest and said, listen, man, it's totality or bust. Straight up. Totality or bust. You want to see an eclipse, you better be in totality. Otherwise, you ain't gonna goddamn experience no eclipse. What a scam. And the weather was nice too. I think that's part of the setup too. So it's like the weather was nice. It was like 75 going on 80 degrees. So I'm like, man, it's a beautiful day. It's clear. Eclipse is coming. I'm on the roof. I'm gonna get the best view. And I didn't get a goddamn thing. Right? And I think the most sad part of it is me on the roof as the eclipse is ending, waiting for it to start. Waiting to exhale. It was a scam, people. So I guess the next one's in 20 years or something like that. So if we're around, I guess do that road trip. Do that road trip, or don't even worry yourself about no goddamn eclipse. And if you got some MAGA friends like me that's gonna send you some bogus, so the church, some church lady sent me something about this is the end times. Don't even worry yourself, man. If you're not in totality, it's not the end times and it's not an eclipse. It's just a regular other day. That's what it is. It's just another day, right? Another day. No end of the world. No, what is it? Whatever the end times prophecies. None of that stuff's happening, and you ain't gonna get no goddamn eclipse to really see. It's just a regular day, unless you happen to be in a totality or you're willing to take that trip. But if you're gonna take that trip, you better do it early because I heard there was traffic. But of course there would be. Those are my thoughts. And that is my conspiracy theory regarding the eclipse, the scam, eclipse scam 2024. Boom, I'm out.